Yeah, yeah. We just chillin' and vibing. Good conversations with good people. Oh. Good conversations with good people. Yeah.
Welcome to Chilling and Vibing Podcast. Today's guest, he's dynamic, he's versatile, a true legend in the making. Y'all welcome, JB. What's going on, man?
Man, what's up with you? What's up with you, man?
Hey, man, you already know, man. We just chilling and vibe.
I appreciate the intro for sure.
Oh yeah, man. I appreciate you for coming on, man.
Oh yeah, man, no problem. It's not a big deal at all.
So JB, man, where you from?
I'm from Muskegon, Michigan. It's like a little small town population, probably 30,000, 40,000 people. Like 3 hours from Detroit.
Okay. Oh, Detroit. So you're a Detroit fan?
Of course. Come on now.
Oh man. Yeah, hey, y'all boys done bounced back, man. I ain't gonna lie. Before
For sure.
y'all was looking kind of, sus, but now, man, y'all boys doing y'all thing.
Hey, we a real contender now.
So being from Detroit, did you grow up listening to Eminem? I mean, not from Detroit, but from Michigan.
I mean, yeah, like not heavily, but I fuck with Stan. I fuck with that's really my favorite song by Eminem. I fuck with Stan, but all his hot shit that everybody not afraid, like the shit that everybody listen to. I wouldn't say I was a fan, but I've definitely like heard his music type shit.
So JB, how did your music journey started?
My music journey, well, I feel like you can't really tell my music journey without telling my pops. Like, so my pops made music. He was a rapper as well. He actually almost ended up getting signed with a label, but he ended up, getting in some legal troubles, and that all fell through with that. But I really, my influence for music first came with him, especially like hip hop music. My mama even told me like when she was pregnant with me, he a rap to me like while she was pregnant, like while I was in her belly. So, and then as I obviously just growing up, being around my daddy, hearing his music, listening to music he listened to, hip hop just became a part of me growing up for real.
That's what's up, man. So your dad was a big influence on you wanting to do music.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say that's not why because honestly, I never wanted to make music because I thought it was too hard, especially when I was younger. I'm like, I'd never be able to write a song. But what really the day I started making music, I was on FaceTime with one of my real close friends, and I was watching somebody music video. I can't remember. I don't know if it was a Lil Baby video or it was some rapper. And I was like, man, I could do that. Like, I could do this. Like, that's easier. She was like, man, you can't rap. Just like that. She said it just like that. She was like, man, you can't rap. I'm like, and I love when somebody tell me I can't do something. I looked at the phone, I'm like, what? I can't rap. I'm like, man, bet. And so I started rapping. I didn't realize how natural it was to me, really. It really came natural. My first song wasn't that great, but like by my second, third song, I'm like, shoot, this me.
So when did you realize you wanted to take rapping seriously?
Honestly, I realized when people started telling me I was good. So I I dropped my first song, and it was Run On It, JB Run On It. And I dropped it, and it got like 1,000 views in like 8 hours. And I was like, oh shoot, like people messing with it. And I didn't realize like the impact that it really had until so I dropped we had a basketball game on Fridays. My birthday must have been like on a Thursday that year or something like that. And so I dropped it, and I remember the next day it was a basketball game. I kid you not. I I dropped the song. It gets 1,000, like over 1,000 views. I come to the basketball game, and I walk in, and the whole student section started cheering for me, like the whole student section. Because obviously I was in high school, so people obviously listened to the song, and they was like,
Hmm.
"Bro, that was fire! Like that was fire! Like bro, that was." And it took me. I was kind of shocked. I'm like, "Oh shoot, I didn't expect to get this good of a feedback from it." And I guess the encouragement of others, if I would have dropped it and people would have been like, it was all right, or if it didn't get the hype that it did, it probably would have been a little discouraging. Knowing me, I still would have did it, but that was really when I realized, okay, I might be able to do something with this.
Speaking on Run on It, man, like how was that created? What was going through your mind when you was writing that song?
You know what? That's crazy that you asked that question because when I wrote Run on It, I worked at a chicken place, and with this I still stayed in Michigan at the time. I worked at a chicken place, and my mama, I didn't have a car or nothing. Like, my mama was on the way, she was taking me to work. And I kid you not, the chicken place from where I stayed at was probably a 5-minute drive from the house. I wrote that song from when I got in the car to when we pulled up. I sat in the parking lot maybe 2 minutes. I wrote that song, and it was hot. Now, it's songs that I wrote that has took me months that I couldn't, I couldn't figure out what I wanted to say on it for whatever reason. And Run on It is still one of my hottest songs today, numbers wise. I have songs that beats it, but I think it's like top three, like of
Mhm.
numbers wise, my best songs. And it's crazy because it took no effort for me to write that song. I literally was just I heard the beat and I just started writing like what came to mind, and I wrote it in like 5 minutes, and people love it. People loved it when they first heard it. That was everybody's song.
I ain't gonna lie, when I listened to it, I was like, yeah, that one on right there. That
Yeah,
one on right
yeah, but
there.
you would have never guessed that I wrote it in 5 minutes, literally. But it don't ever like the longer I write music, it comes easier to me. But I still have songs that takes me a month, to finish it. Not all the time, but some songs it takes me a while to finish because I want to perfect it.
hmm
Yeah,
What was your first studio experience like?
I remember this. So my daddy, he knew a guy. His name was Meech. And Meech showed love for real. Not even realizing it now. I wish I would have showed him more appreciation, because at the time I didn't really realize, like, because now I pay for studio time, I pay for beats if I like it enough. You know what I mean? Like, um, at the time he was just letting me come through for free off the strength of love, for my pops, whatever. He was just letting me come to the studio and record for free. So I just come in there, you know what I'm saying? He had just his time. He'd take time out of his day to record me for no money, I think, and he did that for maybe what a year or something like that. I was recording for free, and so my first studio time, I realized that you gotta have. I realized, like, you gotta really have confidence going in the booth, because raw music don't really sound that great. You know what I mean? So you gotta spit it when you're in a booth. You gotta spit it like you hard, because when you hear it back, over a on the raw vocals, you're gonna be like, man, I don't think I sounded like that. But when the engineer do his thing, he gonna ice your voice out. But it really, you gotta know that you spitting. You know what I mean? You gotta have that confidence for sure.
Growing up, who was your top three artists?
Growing up, okay, so that's easy. When I was like a toddler, Lil Wayne. I fucked with Lil Wayne the hardest. And growing into my teenage years, it was G Herbo. He from Chicago. I really messed with G Herbo. Yeah, I liked Welcome to Phaso Land. That was one of his first mixtapes he dropped that blew him up. And then lastly, I'd probably say my favorite artist currently right now, even as a teen, but going into my adult years, is probably Young Boy never broke again. So Lil Wayne, G Herbo, and Young Boy.
Yeah, man. Yeah, young boy doing his thing right now, bro. He touring all over the world doing them numbers.
Man, hey, look, man, he gonna go down as one of the greatest for sure.
Yeah. It's like, boy, he got
Yeah.
he got everybody turned right now.
Hey, it be that energy. I ain't gonna lie, like, and that's one thing.
Yep.
That's one thing I try to make sure I put in my music. That energy, that authenticity. Like, you know, people can. It feel like when you spitting, you right there with me in the booth. You know what I mean? I want to get better at that in my music and stuff like that.
How do you usually start a song? With the lyrics, the beat, or it just gotta be a vibe?
Um, most of the time, 99% of the time, I'm gonna hear a beat first. And then I'll come with the lyrics later. Cause I don't know, that's just how I'm wired to write music. Some people have the lyrics and put it on the beat. I honestly had no idea how they do that. I don't know how they do that. I gotta hear the beat first because I'm a write. It's like look, I don't know. I feel like people who do music understand like it's little itsy bitsy parts on beats like if you say it a certain way or if you flow a certain way, like you gonna make the song sound harder. So I gotta hear the beat because I'm everything I say on a song. Like if I raise my voice, if I lower my voice, if I say it aggressive, if I don't say it aggressive, if I hum it, you know what I mean? I'm doing it on purpose. Like everything is with a purpose. So I feel like I gotta hear a beat first because I can't just write words and stamp it on a beat. Not, you know what I mean? I don't know. I don't function like that when I write music.
Your writing process. What do you write about? Personal experience or just imagination?
A little bit of both, but most of it is personal experience. I feel like ever since, especially now that I've moved to South Carolina, it's personal experience of stuff that I have went through, even whether it was in Muskegon or whether it was down here. Um, I would definitely consider myself an emotional rapper. I write off of emotion, stuff that I went through or have seen. So yeah, stuff like that.
So how would you describe your music?
Diverse. That's how I describe it. Diverse. So shoot, like I say it. I'm on both. I tell people like this. I'm on both ends of the spectrum. So like when people ask to hear my music, I literally have to ask, well, what type of music do you like? What artists do you listen to? Because if you tell me, oh, you like J. Cole, or you tell me you like some artists that's not really like a hard artist like the G Herbos, the young boys, the little babies, you don't like artists like that. You like the kind of softer artists. I got songs for that. But if you like, the drill artists, the more hood type artists, I got songs for that as well. Like I'm on both ends of the spectrum. So um say my music is very diverse. Like you gonna probably hear a song and be like, this is good, and then hear another song and be like, this the same dude. Like it don't
Yeah.
sound the same. It sound like yeah.
What what message or emotion do you want people to feel when they hear your music?
That's a good question. How do I want people to feel? I guess I want them to feel me. Like the emotions that I was going through when I was writing that song, or the words that I'm speaking, or the story that I'm trying to tell. Like I want them to feel me, like how I was feeling at the time. Because I feel like a lot of the times, people don't realize. Well, people do realize, but artists is humans. When we write in a song, we have emotions. You know what I mean? And just like humans, everybody have emotions. That's something that we can
Mhm.
relate to. So I want them. When I'm writing, to be like, man, he's spitting. Like I went through the same thing, or I can relate to that too, or you know what I mean, like and maybe they just don't have the talent, to put it on a beat and write it and express it in a way. Whereas me, I have that, so I'm giving that to them as a way to be like, like I'm messing with this dude. You know what I mean?
Mhm. Man, your single, In This Bitch. What inspired you to write that song? I ain't gonna lie, that one, hey, that's one of mine too, man. That's one of the ones. That's one of the ones.
Man, that's an unreleased single. That's an unreleased single, and that video to that mug gonna be fire. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a big video. When I get all the people together and all the ideas together, that video gonna be hard. But what caused me to write that song, man, just people, haters. People be talking, you know what I mean, and I get in zone sometimes where I'm in a talk shit zone. I'm gonna talk my shit. I'm gonna pop my shit. I'm gonna poke my chest out. Um, and I just I want to show people I'm him. I'm the one. Like on a beat, I can't be touched on a beat. And that's not degrading anybody. I think music is art. So you can't really compare art to art, in my opinion. But I'm confident in my art, and I ain't gonna let nobody degrade my art or come at me or my character or anything like that. Um, I stand up for myself, and so I just be, when I get in them, when I write them songs, when I just be, standing up for myself for sure.
What's been your biggest wow moment so far?
Wild as in what? Like concerning what?
Like somebody listening to your music, a fan coming up to you.
Oh, okay, I got you, man. Getting on the radio, for sure. It's a couple. I got a couple. Getting on the radio is definitely one of them. Um, I would say I went to the mall one time in Muskegon, in my hometown, and a dude asked me for a picture. And it was just so weird because I think my music is good, but I'm nowhere near a celebrity yet. We gonna say yet, you know. But so he asked me, he asked me for a picture, like, bro, can I get a picture with you, bro? And it kind of threw me off, like a picture, and it felt good because at the time I was with my girl, and I'm like, yeah, like he asking me for a picture in front of my girl, so I was feeling myself a little bit, but but is that it's probably, man, I've been doing music for so long. It's probably some more. Let me think. Biggest wow moment. I mean, I performed on a stage, and the promoter of the actual promoter of the show was like, hey, like this fire. Like she, I mean, she even, called it out. It was like probably, I want to say 10 people performed before me. It was like a showcase. And
Hmm.
she didn't really say too much for everybody, but then when I performed, she was like, "Hey, that's top three right there," like because it was a contest. It was a contest, and so and it just it made me feel good because it was actually my first. I don't think it was my first show performing down here. I think it was probably my second or third show. But to get that type of feedback from people that don't know me from a can of paint, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
It made me feel good. So the radio, getting asked a picture, um, and probably her, giving me my props in front of everybody. So
Okay. Which one of your songs mean the most to you and why?
which one of my songs mean the most to me?
Yeah, I go deep now. I got you thinking deep.
That's interesting, man. Which one of my songs mean the most to me? Man, that's a I ain't never heard nobody ask me that question. Now, I don't know, like I honestly think like all my music is a reflection of me. I gotta pick one singular one to like that I really just hold dear. I would have to ugh, I would have to say my moment. That's gonna be it's on my mixtape. It's on my Ready or Not mixtape. And it's just me truly telling my story and the story of my parents, and why they are the way they are, which makes me the way that I am, and why I view the world the way I view it, and stuff that I've been through and how I grew up. And I feel like it's a very down to earth song. Like it's me really getting vulnerable. Now I have many songs where I get vulnerable, but I feel like I was just being 100% real in that song for sure. I don't listen to it a lot, which is crazy because it's not my favorite song by far. But as far as just holding it dear and emotion and that vulnerability, I feel like that's the best one.
Who's your dream collab?
Ooh. It gotta be so on a male, because it's a male and a female. So the male is YB. It gotta be Youngboy. That's my favorite artist. And then the female, either Coi Leray or Lotto, for sure. I feel like I could both of their styles. I could rock with. So yeah, I feel like I'm a diverse artist. I can really make a song with anybody. But yeah, on the female side, Coil Ray Lotto. On the male side, YB.
What's one thing you want people to remember you for as an artist?
I ain't gonna lie. I want people to be like, it ain't never gonna be nobody like him. Like just from his skill to his wordplay to his flow to his energy to what he say. Like it ain't it he his I wanna be remembered as very unique. And and genuine. That's another one. And genuine. I want people to know that I was genuine.
What advice would you give a younger version of yourself?
Man, don't seek validation from people who didn't create you.
Mm.
Don't look at yourself. Don't look at yourself as how people treat you or what people say about you is not a reflection of yourself for sure. And you should have confidence in yourself.
If somebody wanted to listen to your music or follow you on your socials, how could they do that?
My link tree. So my Instagram is foe.jb. JB is JAYB. Um, just I got mo and honestly, I think my link tree is in my bio of all of my socials, my Instagram, my Facebook, um, all of that. So just click on my link tree and I have all my links to from my Spotify to my Apple Music to my Pandora to my Amazon Music. I'm on all of them. To my YouTube, it'll be like JB on Spotify, JB on YouTube, JB on Apple Music. You just click on whatever link you want, and and that's probably the best way to connect. Um, I need more, but I have business cards where you can just scan a QR code and it'll pull up my link tree as well. My link tree, that's the answer. My link tree is the best way to get all access to all of my socials and music.
Well, JB, man, I appreciate you for coming to chill and vibe. But before we go, let everybody know what we doing, man.
Hey, look, man, we just chilling and vibing, man.
Appreciate you, boss.
Hey, I appreciate you, man. Have a good night.